Hi all, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Let's start rebooting our work using Uipath. So today we are going to discuss about string manipulation part 2. So in this part 2, we are going to discuss about couple of activities. Before that, if you didn't watch string manipulation part 1, so kindly go to the playlist and watch it. So in today's activities, we are going to discuss about String.Join, IndexOf, LastIndexOf, contains, TrimStart and TrimEnd. So these are the activities which we are going to discuss about today's session. So String.Join, what actually it will do? So it will join or concat the string. So which we have discussed on the previous string manipulation one, the concat function, which replicate the same. So in IndexOf will help to find out the first position of the string or characters, and the last IndexOf will help you to find out the particular character or string in the from the last index. So it will check from the last. So trim.start and TrimEnd. So these two things will be helpful for trimming our space. So if you are not using any of the extra activities, so activities in the sense, so if you are not using any characters to trim, so it will just trim the spaces. So if you are going to trim any characteristics or letters, so for an example, so let me consider this particular number, so 000. So if you want to trim this first two zeros, you can use the trim start. So if you want to trim this last zero, then you can go with the trim in. So likewise, we are going to use a couple of examples and we are going to have hands-on in this particular activities. Let's quickly jump to the Uipath Studio and we can start our session. So yeah, so in previous session we have used this particular process, so we can do the same in this. So what are the first activity in today's session? So string.join. So let's drag a sequence. Let's name it as string join. Okay. So before that, so we can do couple of things. So we can just replace this particular variables in test variable one. Sorry, double quotes and then provide this, and then by Vicky is already there. In the third string, just provide this number. This is a set of values and example which we are going to test today's session. Before you are starting, just drag a sequence. So what we can do, we can make comment of some things. So drag a sequence here, just drag here, make it as string manipulation 2. Okay. So why I was doing this? So you can just comment out this top things which is on top. Just copy this, just paste on this one, and just make, give control, select all this activity, control plus right click, sorry, left click, then cut all these things, then put over here, and then just click this arrow, just make a comment out. Okay, so we no need to comment out each and every activity, so this will make a consolidated way, right? So let's quickly jump back to the example. Okay, String.Join. So what you can do, so you can drag as an activity, do something. So today I was just going to tell you everything in a right line itself. So just drag a right line. Okay. So which example you are going to do in this String.Join? So we are going to take test variable 1 and 2. Okay. So let me quickly click on this text or just click on this plus mark and then do this. So what are you going to do? String.Join, right? String.Join. String.Join. So what are the two? So then you have to mention the separator. So in which two separators you are going to separate your particular variables? Okay. So comma. Okay. So if you need a separator, you can just provide this comma, or else you can just provide the blank. So anything is fine. So that is totally apart from our wish. So just copy the first variable, comma, then second variable. Why I was getting error? Okay. See, like this is the variable which I declared is test.temp.string1. So we are just giving here wrong. Okay, let me quickly. copy this and just paste over there. Then 2. So yeah, perfect. So you can use any delimiter, so which you needed actually. Okay, so you can use any delimiters. So if you want delimiter, you can use, or else if you don't want, you can remove this. Anything is fine. Okay. So just click on OK. So String.Join, you will join now. Okay. Let's save and then debug run. So you should be very cautious, like what variable you have declared and what variable you are using. So you have to check every time. Since I was using like many variables, I won't be missing sometimes. Yeah, I guess so. You can see the output, right? So it got combined. The string 1 and string 2 got combined. So this will be replicating same action what actually Concat is doing. Okay. So this is not much big. It is doing the same action which Concat actually doing. So drag a sequence, then we can go to the next activity. So which is index of. Okay, just rename it as index of. Just drag a right line. Okay, so today you can just check everything in right line itself. So nothing like assign activities, nothing is needed actually. So for that copy which variable you are going to use, this particular variable text dot this one. Okay, just correct this one. I was just correcting this all things, so I just kept wrong actually, I guess. Mm, okay, let me go here. Just do the index of operation. Okay, my way viewer. And then what I was going to do over here? Index, right? So what is the first function I was going to do here? So my index of. So not we just click. You can get the intelligence index of, and then so in what are the characters you are looking for in index of. So let me give Uipath. Okay, so let me give Uipath. Just then dot to string. So yeah, so what I given, so I have just given my variable and index of which will help you to search this Uipath string in the first. Okay, dot to string. So just save and then just comment out this and then just start. See, this particular UI path is in 20th string. Okay, that's why. So as we discussed, index of will help you to find out the first position of the character or a string. Okay, so what actually last index of will do? Let me quickly check in this example itself. Okay, so let me just name both the things. Okay, so instead of this one, let me quickly use last index of. Just remove this. Last, sorry, last index of. Okay, so what actually this last index of will do? So this last index of will help you to find the last position of the character which you're looking for. So here you can see the UI path is in 20th position. So from first search, okay. So index will take the first appearance, okay. The last index of will check from the last string last and find this particular string, okay. So this should have a different index number. So this is there. So let me debug. Okay. So here like it was in 48th position. So here you like we have easily found so the last index of the UI path. Okay. So let's assume. So as of now, so you are knowing the string. So what actually, this is the particular stipulated string and you are searching for the word. So let's assume for an example, so you don't know the stipulated string, so what actually the string you will be getting or not. Okay, so you're going to search for a word. Okay, you are going to search for a word, whether you are don't know whether the particular character or string will be in this particular character. Okay, so let me search for a letter which is called as exam. Okay, so as we all know that exam is not there in this particular term string one. Okay, let me quickly run this. So it will be indicated as a -1. So if you are searching for a string, it was not found in the stipulated string or a stipulated variable, then you will be getting a value which is called as -1. What actually -1 indicates? The searching string is not in the stipulated variable. Okay. So what actually trim start and trim will end? So let me comment out. Drag a sequence, drag a right line, just make it as okay. So in which variable you're going to use? So this variable, right? Let's copy this. Okay, variable dot stream. Okay, so usually like how trim start will work. So if you are giving like any spaces, okay, let us give some spaces in the start and the end. Okay, so what I given trim start, right? Let me give trim end as well here. Quickly edit this one. Trim end, right? Okay, perfect. So let me save and let me run. We quickly click over there so that we can see example. So it has trim in trim start, it has trim the spaces which in the first, okay, and the last space remain the same. The second, so here you can see in start there is a space, but in end there is no space. Okay, so like if you need to take off both the spaces, which may be start or which may be end, you can directly go ahead and use the only trim function, not the trim end or trim. So you can just use the trim function. Okay, so let me help you with another method. Okay, so to truncate your zero zeros. Okay, so how will you truncate? So just go here and just copy and use the variable. Okay, so you're going to truncate your characters, right? So trim. Okay, trim stat. Okay, so what characters you are going to truncate here? The zero. Okay, so zero is a character. It's not a string, right? It's a character. Okay, so just remember the indicate as C and then dot to string. That's it. So what actually it will do? It will eliminate all your zero which is in the first. Okay, let's quickly do another one also. So which is in last. So just go ahead and just copy this. I don't work. I don't like actually manual works. Just copy this and then paste over here. Okay. So what you can do? You can name it as end. Okay, end. Can keep it as end. Just click on save. Just run this one. Oof, you may be wondering why still the zero is not eliminated. Okay, so you just go to the variable panel. You can see this space, right? So this space, since because of this space, your character is not getting trimmed. Okay, so what? How you can like handle these things? Okay, so simple, so simple. So just copy this. Okay, paste over here. Okay, just make a control K. Temp start. Just copy this. Okay, so instead of doing in this one, Just make a variable, control V, start term. That's it. So likewise you have to do same for the end as well. So why I was doing actually, so here you can see a space here, right, in start and then end. So due to that, so our characters not getting trimmed. So okay, control K, term. Okay, so you can do this, or you can easily remove of this space in your variables. Okay, so any of the things fine. So I don't want to edit on the constant values. Okay, just I was doing the operations, so it will give a good hands on actually. So I'll be doing in and the TrimStart. Okay, so these are the values. Like, so let me comment of this. I don't need this one, I don't need this one. Okay, so what actually it will do, so it will trim the starting space and it will trim the ending space. This temp variable will be used to trim the first characters. Okay, so let me quickly run this now. See, now it got trimmed, right? So what is our variable? 0 0, those starting two zero zeros is eliminated and the last zero is eliminated. So likewise, so there may be so much tricks actually. So in Uipath there is so much tricks, so each and everything has some value. So I guess you have seen now. So even this space which not allowed us to trim our characters, which is 0. So likewise there is so many things, so we have to work out on those, all the actually all the facts. So yeah, so I guess we have done our session. Yeah, thanks for watching. Happy learning. Do share and subscribe. Have a good day. Bye.